Hello and welcome to another episode of Critical Coffee Considerations with me, Francis Beck. Today is a joyous episode. It's the Rossini Opera Festival, and I was fortunate enough to enjoy an edition of Il Viaggio a Reims. Let's see if maybe you can have a little view here. So, to celebrate this occasion, we're going to prepare Gioacchino Rossini's favorite coffee, which is known as Caffè Barbajata from Naples. So that was during his stay at Naples at the Teatro Carlo. The basis is of course coffee, so Rossini didn't get to enjoy espressos back in the day. I guess they didn't have this kind of Bialetti mocha yet either, but this is going to be close enough for the coffee components. So just filling it up again. As a reminder, when you're filling up a mocha, you usually don't put any kind of pressure on it. You just fill it up to the rim and then gently make sure it's in place. So we're still using our perfect Bialetti mocha coffee, if that is possible. Okay, now let's get it on the fire. Okay, that's going. And in the meantime, the second most voluminous part would be having the crème fraîche, crème chantilly. So we have here some da Montare. That's what we're going to try now. Okay, here we go. And let's speed it up. Okay, I guess this is good enough for me. Let's put this here. Now this coffee machine is really quite disappointing. And okay, here we go. Let's see how this is going. Well, some coffee came out, but maybe it's a bit broken, who knows? Okay. Now, hopefully this doesn't get burned. So, we have the crème chantilly. Other important parts for the recipe would be a sugar cream. So actually, they would recommend you have this nice Segafredo sugar thingies. Okay, so we'll be using this as one part sugar. Let's see, does that correspond with, that's more or less a spoon. That's one. Okay, now let's go for for 2. Okay, and so then for that kind of quantity you would use, oh, that's quite tricky. I guess we'll have to pour it out a bit like this. Okay, we'll use 1 part coffee. And we'll mix that up. This is a bit disappointing. That should become a nice kind of creamy thing. I guess now I added too much. Luckily, we still have some sugar. La ricchezza di un'ampia varietà di caffè per soddisfare ogni giorno. Let's see. So it should end up being kind of creamy. Okay. It's definitely dense, but it doesn't look as nice as I've seen in the original video from the Napolitan bar sharing it. But it's getting somewhere, it's getting somewhere. Now I only have one little thingy left here, which is important for another part of the recipe, which would be the chocolate, as Gioacchino enjoyed that himself. So you would go for 1 part cacao and 2 parts sugar again. Okay, just I'll eyeball this a little bit. Okay, then we'll mix this a little bit. So you want the sugar and the cacao to kind of form a homogeneous mix. And then ideally you would put this on the fire and add a bit of water. But we'll change the recipe a little bit, just adding a bit of coffee. Why not? A slight modification to the recipe. And we're getting this part is going easier. I mean, this it can do for something looking like chocolate. Okay, so we have chocolate, crema di zucchero, panna, coffee, everything needed. 2 glasses, it depends. We don't really have a little bit. I guess I'll just make 1. Okay, there goes the crema on the bottom. Then we'll go for the coffee. So if you have a really good crema, what you would actually have would be 2 kind of levels, which I guess is the sugar sitting at the bottom. So we're getting just a little bit of that. And then, okay, chocolate already in there. And then this goes on top. Okay. And then to finish it up, I'll be adding a bit of the chocolate. Okay. Perfect. So now we have a nice coffee cocktail, Cafe Barbajata, something, don't know if I pronounce it correctly, Gioacchino, Rossini's favorite coffee. Of course, his health wasn't always ideal, so it's a little bit of a sin adding sugar to coffee, but for historical accurateness, here we go. At this moment, I'm just tasting the very sweet crème fraîche and the chocolate. A bit afraid of getting to the coffee, which my fingers inform me is still quite hot. Am I getting there? I'm not really sure. Okay, now I definitely had some very sweet coffee. So when you're up for a sweet treat, you can enjoy Cafe Barbajata. See you next time.